Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Dragons and Pioneer. Trying out a little bit different of a build here of my Scarlet Spider Boris, the Spider Rider deck that I'm looking to abuse the in web mechanic with a bunch of hasty threats. I've tweaked the mana base a little bit, changed the sideboard considerably, and added Questing Druid in place of Kiora. This is another card we can theoretically bounce to our hand after we've cast Seek the Beast, and then we can cast Questing Druid, bounce it back to our hand, and then gain more value out of it that way. Alright, we will surveil. We would like to see a land, probably. Put on top. So now we have we have what we want. I mean, Frenzied Baloth, we have some removal, we have a Screaming Nemesis to punish our opponent. No Thoughtseize from our opponent. I wonder if they're a demon deck. So I took out pick your poison from the sideboard, which hopefully I won't get punished. The meta is still a mystery. I played a league, played 2 graveyard decks and 2 control decks and 1 burn. Blood Tithe Harvester. Alright, I mean this is what kills me about league play. I mean this is a beautiful setup we have going on right now. And yet somehow when we join a league it's like we are unable to chain together our let's try this one more time. When we join a league, we are unable to make land drops, or we are unable to find action and we make only land drops. I'm sure that is just laws of variance and nothing too crazy, but it's very frustrating when your deck just plays to sort of what you think it should when you're in the free zone, which thankfully we are in the free zone. And then you get into league play and it's like hot garbage because you only draw lands. Alright, so we will Seek the Beast. Oh yeah, I put in Storm Breath because of all the white decks, all the control I was playing. Oh man. We're going to lose the Storm Breath, it looks like. We really wanted to find a land there. I mean, do we dare cast Elvish Mystic and have it die to Fatal Push? This will die to Fatal Push too, though. Why couldn't... I'm very confused. It said can't be countered. It's Baloth doing its thing with backed up by a little bit of removal. And we still have a lot of action. Too bad we're going to lose our Storm Breath. Next turn we can either do Shivin Devastator, Tursid Light Shatter. I mean, we kind of want to do Tursid Light Shatter when we have cards we want to throw away. Assuming... Yeah, okay, just drawing a card. No Fatal Push, otherwise why take the 3 from Baloth? On an adventure, it says. So yeah, I mean, in web, cast this, bounce it to our hand after we attack. I guess we do have to tap it. So there are a few hoops we have to jump through, but it gives us an additional value. Really, it's not in there for that, in any of that. Fear of missing out. That could be a good card in our deck too. It's not in there for any of that nonsense. What it's in there for is Seek the Beast to find us some cards. Land? I mean, we could just Screaming Nemesis. They have clean answers for that, though. Good Hydra for 3. I think we're going to warp this in instead. It puts the most pressure on our opponent. So I mean, if they want to jump block the Bailoff with the Mutavault, fine. If they want to block with the Fear of Missing Out, also fine. Because now they're dead to any land we draw when we cast this for full value next time. If we do draw land. All right, so we're gonna stop the bleeding a little bit there. Go to 7. So 6, excuse me, because of trample. We could have attacked with the elf and probably trusted that if we did, they would have blocked with the Mutavault. This is what would have happened. Yep. So land off the top and we get the Shivan Devastator down for 4. That does the Fatal Push. No land off the top, we might want to just Screaming Nemesis and force our opponent to have a way to kill it, which they do with sacrificing a blood token and Fatal Push. Alright, see what our opponent... I mean, they have 5 mana. That is a lot. They've been playing to something this whole time, right? They must have a big demon, or I would imagine. Alright, so then... Yep, they can activate the Mutavault to be a demon. Gain 2 life. Draw a card. We need a... I mean, Field of Ruin would be nice. My son has a friend over and trying really hard to open the door. Still cannot find. Still cannot find a land. Or my son's friend is asking where his room is, even though he's been in his room many times. And this is they're gonna Fatal Push. I guess the elf, yeah. Sets us back. Three cards in our opponent's hand. They're gonna be about to be 5. They're gonna go back up to 7. I mean, just being hung up on land again. I was just talking how great the beginning of this game, at the beginning of the game, where we're making land drops, finding threats, and now we can't find any more lands. And we really do need some more lands in order to get ahead here. I mean, we can swing in for lethal, essentially. If we could just find some lands. At the beginning of your instep, draw a card. So they found an answer, destroy target non-artifact creature. It is a land. Hallelujah. Now Fatal Push is turned on with sacking the artifact and casting the Fatal Push, but it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another, right? The Shivan Devastator has flying, and so it theoretically has more evasion, but most demons have flying. And removal.deck over there, sure. Can we punch through the remaining damage? We really would like to find a land. Untap land. Alright, opponent's thinking, alright, we finally turned the corner, and they have. I mean, they've found not so much removal. They have life gain and card draw going, thanks to this Mutavault. We have 2 Field of Ruins now. I went down to 2 from 4 because it was just so... There were just so many Field of Ruin draws where it's like I couldn't cast anything in my hand because I had too many Field of Ruins. Now here comes, I think, a real demon. And, oh no, yeah, it's a 6/6. I mean, their top end is just better than ours, unfortunately. We don't have an answer for a 6/6 flyer other than go bigger, and we don't have the ability to go bigger without making our land drops. So now they go up to 9. Yeah, I think this game's slipping away. We had a really nice start, but we missed too many land drops in the mid game. We were on 3 mana for a really long time. There's the Field of Ruin, just a turn too late though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's just a little bit. This is what I mean. We knew this was coming from the online. They can get another one too, and just all right. So we can Field of Ruin away the Mutavault, but it's just too little, too late. We can Field of Ruin, Tersa Light, Questing Druid, and Tersa Light Light Shatter. Thing is, they're going to make another demon, and then they're going to have blocking on board online. So we would be able to attack with this, and then they could block. I'm thinking about how we could theoretically run out the Shivan Devastator and attack with a Nova Hellkite for lethal. If we had enough mana, it would be a 5/5, 9. So yeah, it's not even going to be enough mana. No, of course, like the time I take out Pick Your Poisons from our from the sideboard to make room for some other stuff, we end up running up against the exact deck that I have Pick Your Poisons in for. Get rid of this enchantment, get rid of this flyer. So it's still a deck, apparently. Still a deck. Alright, what can we do? What do we need? Another land off the top, make this a 5/5. Another land to make it a 6/6. We could do Tersa Light Shatter. Opponent's just drawing so many cards and they're getting so many demons. They're going to have another 6/6 right now. And we're at 12. I mean, we're not going to... Oh, Crocs, though. Yeah, they escaped the Crocs, huh? So now I think we just straight up dead. And we can go through one more. I don't even know if I want to... show them the Light Shatter. Not that it's that big of a deal, but... Now, I mean, they're going to go up to 11. 12, 13, actually, right? Because they gain 2 life both times. Or is this the same one? That's one that's unlocked and one's locked. And say, I mean, if we can... Yeah, they're just going to be up to 11. Alright, no, they're not. They're smart. They're taking... we can't even block because they might have some shenanigans. I mean, they see the creature land, so they know that they have to be careful. That's why we've been punished so much, is because of the... It's been draining us this whole time. Yeah, I think we're dead. I mean, we can cast a Shivan Devastator and then they attack. We discard a card. We take 6 and then we die on the... Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, we just missed too many land drops in the middle of the game. We needed to hit our land drops in order to close out that game and we could not do it. So yeah, I brought in Fables and Ley Lines. Snakeskin Veil could be good to protect our... This is the matchup, it's why it's in it. I mean, Fable to help fight the mid to late game. What's better? Fable or Tersa? I'll try the Fable. Could be nice to have another flyer here just as a end life gain. I'm not sure that's where we want to be at. This does the Fatal Push, so let's take that out. You take it. Take out both. We're down to 61. All right, let's just... I mean, I think if we made our land drops, we might... I think we would have been able to close out that game. Though, I mean, the opponent had a ton of removal. So yeah, no Pick Your Poisons, which is unfortunate because I wanted to... That's what they were in the sideboard specifically for this matchup. But then after running this deck through a league and not hitting the Demon Rakdos deck in a single time, decided that take him out to make room for Snakeskin Veil, essentially. So we'll see. Maybe the Snakeskin Veil will come in handy and keep us alive. Now we're back to our no-landers. Oh, God. Alright, keep... What do we want? 1, 2, 3. This gets things out of our hand. This can protect our elf from a fatal push. We kind of want that. Maybe we put a land to the bottom. No, I think we gotta do that. I mean, I think this elf is gonna die. We'll see. I mean, we had a mulligan, so 0 lander in the opening 7. What are the odds with 22 lands? If it dies, we're sad. If it doesn't, we can ramp and hopefully draw some action. Because right now we have a little bit of removal, which is great. We have the ramp, but we really need to find. The Thoughtseize or Fatal Push is bad for us, so there goes the elf, shockingly. And right on time, another land. Probably should have played this Verge instead. I was thinking I would Alright, so the other alternative, we could have put this at the bottom, our land at the bottom, and played the elf on this turn and held up Snakeskin Veil to protect it against Fatal Push. But we did not do that. We took a different line, and it's a 5th land. I spoke too soon last game. I thought we were off to the races with our deck, but we were stuck on 3 lands for multiple turns, and then this game we have the exact opposite problem again, where we're finding too many lands. Like, we have a 4-card hand with 3 lands. Granted, if we can top deck a dragon, we're off to the races, but we need to do multiple dragons at this point. This Fable would probably be our best draw. At least we have the Torch of the Tower for Mutavault, but I mean, we're not even... Alright, there's that. Snakeskin. Oh, why does my deck mock me so much? Why does it mock me? That's what we put on the bottom. There's only 2 of them. And we have not... Yeah, we did a shuffle, so there's that. Yeah, I think we're probably going to lose this. I think we've made too many land drops. It found too much by way of support pieces with Shieldred. That's a really good one. That's a really good card. Guess we could, if we get a Glorybringer. Shieldred and Unholy Annex is a nice combination. We lose the 2 life. There's no way they block, right? Okay, they did block. Is there any way that's Death Touch, so... I think they're probably thinking, well, this lets us, our Mutavault stays alive, and it does now. We don't have a way to kill their Mutavault. They can still draw cards and gain life. Or they just have another Shieldred in their hand. That is also a possibility. Yeah, we need a lot. We don't have, yeah, they have another Shieldred. We just don't have any answers for the big threats in Gruul. We need to be faster. And this has not been a fast game for us. Screaming Nemesis is a good one. Because at least it they're not going to want to block it. They're still going to be gaining a ton of life every turn. I think we needed some of these action pieces again. We're just drawing the wrong cards in the wrong order. In game one, we had the Seek the Beast too, and that was really nice. I mean, we're hitting for 3, they're gaining 2, and then they're going to draw another card, and then they're going to have a Mutavault. So they're gaining 6 life a turn. I just don't think we can come back from this. It's very, very frustrating. From our opponent's side of things, man, they have a beautiful setup right now. I love it. I want to play this setup. This looks like a lot of fun. What we're doing does not look like so much fun anymore. I mean, we can give it hexproof, but they could easily have 2 instants. And even if they don't, like, they could just take 3 a turn. They're gaining so much life. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Alright. Yeah, okay. I think we can just concede this game. That was disappointing, but alright, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. Catch you all in the next one.